I'm Estelle Thomson, your mistress of radiance, and this is Walk With Me in Butterfly Alley, a Chic West podcast revival. This is a 10-minute audio series about living a meaningful, sparkly life. One walk, one idea, one story. In each 10 minutes mini episode, I'll share with you what I've been thinking about, what life is teaching me, and maybe a question for your own reflection. So grab a coffee, lace up your shoes, or simply settle in. Let's take a walk together, unfiltered. Welcome to Butterfly Alley. Confession of a really, really bad, is it bad? Hockey mom. This is an episode I've been wanting to do for a while about my thoughts about the hockey world. Hockey, I should say, minor hockey world. And I chose the confession of a quote unquote a bad hockey mom. I don't think I'm a bad hockey mom. I don't think I'm a bad mom. But really, this culture that there's so much good part of it. And I hope this podcast doesn't come on as if like being a hockey parent is a bad thing. That's really not the message that I want to spread, but more how I say being in hockey and it taking such a big part of our family life. He's been playing hockey since he's 6 years old. He's now 14. And, every year having to go through tryouts, having him be at hockey 5, 6 times a week, doesn't count, tournament weekends or um, fundraising or, the extras of obviously being in a high level team. And I want to share, I feel perhaps it's controversial. I mean, I don't think, but as a highly sensitive person, as an introvert, and as someone that like I've never growing up being part of a team, like I'm a really good team person, but almost too good where it's just coming from like wanting to please and not wanting to make mistakes. So my coping mechanism for that was like to not be in a team. Therefore, I could never disappoint anybody and I could never lose and it would be my fault, all this. So I really gravitated towards sports that were just more in competition with yourself. Therefore, why I danced throughout, my elementary and high school years. I was the artsy kid way more. I think that was like the athletic kid, or, would consider myself, I guess. I was in the high school swim team, which, looking back now and given how much swimming I do today, it was so formative. It really stayed with me, that year that I was on the swim team and swimming competitively. And, yeah, that really stayed with me. And that was a really good in terms of my personality where, it is competitive, but the only person that I needed to take care of was myself. And so, I didn't consider myself a jock. I didn't consider myself like I was really so entering the hockey world, like more as a parent felt so foreign. And even Scott was a jock. Like Scott loved sport activity. He played hockey, but only through his middle school year, I think, even younger. And then went to football instead and played football in university. And Scott was way more like loves being part of a team. There's like a tenacity and a stamina to being part of a team too, that the showing up aspect, like showing up not just for yourself, but like for your team. And so I so remember when we started Isaiah in hockey, and it was interesting. And I'm curious to know, we still know so many families that their kids play so many sports, and that works for them, and that's great for them. And again, I'm not here to tell you like what sports to play and how many, whatever. But for us, like Isaiah, never took to a sport, and even hockey for the first 2 years, like, we weren't sure that he liked it. Like, it was the only one that sticked, and we tried karate, we tried baseball, we tried soccer was all oh my god, what the hell was that? If you love symbols, journaling, creativity, and a touch of everyday magic, you'll love exploring my Guide to a Magic Life Sacred Symbology Oracle deck, its coloring book of the same name, and my Artemis journal. I created each one to help you pause, reflect, and cultivate a deeper relationship with yourself and the world of magic around you. They are beautiful companions for your morning rituals, moon rituals, creative afternoons, and quiet moments of self discovery. You can find them all at estellethomson.com under shop. Now back to our walk. We tried a bunch of things, and the only two that stuck was hockey and sailing, which he does sailing in the summer, and then hockey. Although now hockey is all year long. But I remember when, his IP years, and I sat down with Scott and we're like, okay, if we're doing this, like basically our life is going to change because we're going to have to be committed. Like, at this age, even now that as he's 14, like it's still so much parents' responsibility, like the drive and yeah, just how much time it occupies in your life. And I sat down with Scott and I told him, this is all you. If Isaiah plays hockey, this is all you. And he's really held up to that contract because it's been such a journey for me. Like it's been in a way, and that title, being a bad hockey mom, I think being a good hockey mom maybe means that, or you think it means like being at all the practices and like going to all the games. And like, I just figured out pretty quickly I wouldn't be able to do that. Even just going to the rink, I am so sensitive, like the loud noises, like it's just so much for me. And also the environment. Again, a lot of it, it's so much camaraderie and so many nice people. Oh my goodness. Like, and it's kind of like a school environment where you're kind of just stuck with those people for like a year and you have to make the most of it. And also, it's kind of hard in that way where like every year it's like a new school year and you have to make like friends. But after a while, like, you get to know the same people and that's fine. But I want to tell you, like, it's okay to be a quote unquote bad hockey mom. And I, with a few years going, I would realize like, okay, like I'm not able to do it all. So I would just sit down with Isaiah and I would tell him, hun, I would look at the schedule, whatever we had of a schedule, and I usually tell him like, I'm gonna attend all your home game. And that's what I commit. So he has an expectation and he knows that my present does not equate to like how much I love him. And also I really wish my parents would have done that to me where there was an expectation where, it doesn't mean that if I don't come to like every single thing, like it doesn't mean I don't love him. Um, but also I need to almost like protect myself and protect my bandwidth. And also recognizing like I support so much more, like supporting your child through high level sport is so much more than coming at the freaking games. Like it's like I make all the meals and I wash all his clothes and I repair all his equipment and so all this stuff behind it. Um, and of course I drive him to practice. And so yeah, I just wish there was like a conversation where like I see a lot of people that really just lose themselves and like being a hockey parent is like their whole personality, which again, if that makes you happy, that's great. I just don't think that's my thing and like that's okay too. And I've loved seeing him, you know, um grow into the sport, this really cruel sport, right? Like he's had to do tryouts every year and of course you're a parent, but it's been really unfair. And that world, I mean, if it's so much about like who knows who, we think it's unbiased, it's totally biased. And even looking for afar, like you can see who's doing a favor to who. And it just it just sucks because like the kids get affected by all this like high level drama of things that like, does it really matter? Does it? And then it does. Or like, a lot of parents were like, we're just having fun. Like, are we? Are we having fun? Like, so anyways, as we are going into a next tryout season, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you a courageous heart. And I hope we can all be bad hockey parents together and, guide our way into, yeah, just knowing our limits. And I also think it would help so much if not everybody thought their kids were going to go to the NHL. and And I think that would help so much. I think a lot of what I see in this culture, we lose a lot of our perspective. When the crowd cheers because like a kid has gotten hurt, that to me, it's total loss of perspective. Like, what are we even doing? Parents getting kicked out of games, like get a grip on yourself, like things like that, where I think, what is it showing to these kids? What's truly important? Um, and so, it's kind of been hard for me. Like I always joke that I I don't have the skin to be a hockey mom, and I'm okay with that now. I've really seriously, I've so accepted, and I'm glad that I also Isaiah, like we talk a lot about it. That like he understands where I'm coming from now, and I I know he feels supported even though I'm not like there all the time. And I'm just so grateful for Scott to like, he actually wants to be there. He does want to miss a thing, but also like Scott doesn't make it being a hockey parent, like his whole personality too, which I really appreciate, because I think in that way you keep your cool and you keep like all the other things that you do. Like, yeah, but there's also a lot of good things about the hockey world and incredible like people that you meet. And it's an era, right? It's like an era of your life. And I'm sure once that era is gone, like there's part of me that, as much as I thought it was like difficult to be in that world, um, also I'll grieve that part, right? Where it was just so part of our household schedule and the way we shaped our days for so many years, like, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like that's 8 years, 7 years. So anyways, courage, brave heart. We're in for another tryout season. Okay, love you so much. Bye, butterflies.